Yeah, it's me. How's it going, ladies and gents? Stay inside. Wash your hands. It's all very important. So, not a massively different stream today. I just have quite a specific job that I need to try and do. There's a lot of background noise. That's just my mic, apparently. Okay, need to do something about that at some point. What if I do this? Nah, still pretty noisy. Oh well, it's all good. So the job today is to try and make some samples for... It works. There you go. My Roland SPD. Quite an old sampler. Ooh, which one's that? I want to make some new ones, some new sounds, because I've wanted to use this in my doorless live streams, like the improvised music stuff, but the I don't know, that they've felt too like a normal drum patch, you know, and I'm not a drummer, so it feels weird to then try and play drums because I'm not a drummer. So I made some stuff that's more, I don't know if it feels like it could work in a specific song, but I already have an idea for what this song is, and it doesn't fit with what the doorless stuff is. And that probably doesn't make a damn bit of sense to you, but that's fine. So I want to try and achieve... Let's turn that off. I want to make 2 brand new sets of effects, or percussion effects, or just general ambient sound effects. I want to load them into the sampler, and I also then want to try and transfer samples from a piece of music that I have already written, which I'm trying to turn into a... I'm trying to work on a live band arrangement of a piece of music I've already written and released. But because of, you know, I wrote it in Cubase without the restraints of having to work out how a band plays it, I now have to be a little more creative about how I play a particular resampled string patch. And I think the best way to do it might be with the sample pad. Yeah. So what do I do first? Yeah, okay. Let's try and make some brand new stuff. So I've got three patches that aren't empty, but I've backed up the patches elsewhere, so I'll just wipe those as I go. So let's maybe make one brand new set, and then we'll try and rip the original track, and then we'll make another brand new set. So what I'm going to do is make 3, maybe 4 instances of Contact, because everything I do is in Contact. And I'm going to start actually with cymbals. So I'm just going to load up a normal drum kit, like the studio drummer or something, stadium kit full. And then we're going to work out maybe... Yeah, so we've got more or less 9 patches to play with. I don't know, hard rock. I guess they have nice cymbals. So acoustic kit up there. So let's go. Is tempo going to matter? Tempo is probably not going to matter, I hope. So let's find cymbals. That's quiet, isn't it? Oh, what is that? Ah. Yeah, no, that all makes sense. Hang on. Plug that in there. Also background noise. Amazing. There it is. So there's cymbal number 1. Cymbal number 2. That's a splash. Cool. I'm maybe going to layer these cymbals with a big cymbal sound and a little cymbal sound. So the splash is quite a little sound. I would say that crash is quite a big sound. Ride bell is quite a small sound. But I'm gonna put one right there and one right there and put actually the splash with the crash. Don't know why. Okay. Except that those are both on the left, ever so slightly in the left ear, and these are all on the right. So we'll go instead, if I swap them, that was the warmer sound, so I'll put the splash there. Okay, we're nearly there. So this one's still a bit weighted one side, but that's not really a big issue. I'm sure we'll come to that later. So what we can also do is have multiple versions of the same hit. Because I've got the trigger pedal, which is basically the foot pedal for a hi-hat, so what we can do is make different versions of those same hits. So I'm just going to copy those. I'm going to color code so I know which one's which. I'm going to, like that. I'm going to put a little more space between them just for ease of use. Okay, so what I'm going to do to vary this is I'm going to offset that cymbal a little behind. I'm going to change the velocity that thusly, and I'm going to do the opposite here. There we go. Just to change it up ever so slightly to make it, I don't know, a tiny bit more human when it's actually being performed. And I'm not going to change anything for that one. And this one, I'll just put that one back and go like that. Just so they're a little bit different every time we play them. So we have cymbal hits. And as you'd probably guessed, these are going to go across the back 3 here. For some reason, those are just tend to be my starting points. I am going to... Well, if those are just going to be cymbals, I'm going to add a little bit of EQ. Just to get rid of low frequencies, because we don't need them. So I'm just going to bring that a little bit lower and raise the highs a little bit. It's just basically housekeeping. That's all I'm achieving there. Nice. And cool. So next thing, let's have a think about effects. I really like the kinetic metal set, so let's have a look. Let's see what dry ice chimes is. That's a complicated sounding set of information. That's quite nice. They're all kind of pitched, aren't they? Which isn't really what I want. So what if we go link? Doesn't do anything unless you turn motion on. Nah, that's a bit too crazy. So what I'll maybe do is layer that in a little bit. But I'm going to pay attention to the pitches that I put that in. Doesn't make any sense. That's quite nice. So we'll go that one to begin with. A sharp. So we also want to, if I stretch that out a little bit, because I quite like the idea of sort of hitting a cymbal and then the sound it makes carrying on for quite a while. So what if... That's quite nice. I think we can go on a little bit longer than that, so I'm going to pull that forward and drag this out. So now we have this. That feels a little long maybe. So what we might do is put it there. I'm going to layer in a higher one at a lower velocity. And we're also going to fade in the audio a little bit. That's quite nice. Yeah, a little bit long maybe still. So we'll perhaps put, I don't know. That rattling's a little annoying, isn't it? That's really nice. And then we're just going to fade it there. I'm being told that it's a little hard to hear the effects. Yeah, it's not as well. It's not as dominating as the acoustic kit, is it? So if we nerf that slightly and turn this up, cool. What else could we do? Let's do a effects send. Again, in the effects, we're just gonna. Perfect. Nice one, He Who Is Your Boy on YouTube. We're again just going to kill a load of that low end because we do not need it. Especially the sub low end on an effects end for this. We don't need it. We need to send the acoustic kit at maybe -4 and the metal effects at probably -4 as well. Did I activate the other one? No. Good move. So let's have a look at that again. That'll do. So again, we're going to reduce the volume at this point. Otherwise it just will carry on, and that's not what we want. And let's think about what kind of effects we can include. So maybe something like a rotary is really nice. I'm a big fan of rotary effects in general, so we'll perhaps go modulation, rotary. Let's see what you got. Move slowly. What's this preset? Yeah, that's all right. Let's try another one. Sort of a little bit too subtle maybe, so let's try instead metalizer. We'll have that a little, maybe like 60%. Nice. Let's try reverb as well. What reverbs do I have from Native Instruments? If I can remember where that folder is, there it is. Rhodes. Let's go, yeah, 40% mix. Maybe extend that a bit. I think that could be even longer, to be honest. So let's put that over there. Because I'm not making loads and loads of samples for this for the pad, I may as well make use of the ones I am going to use. And to be honest, if like if I use them for one of the live stream sets, I'm probably not going to keep using it after the fact, at least possibly not. So I may as well make them longer and then just replace them when we get to it. Cool. Now I noticed that the cymbals are weighted on one side, and it's the same side that the metal effects are weighted. If you look, that's on the right hand side, and so is this. So we're just going to shove that over a little bit to compensate. Yeah, that's all right. So what I'm going to make a note of what key that is. That's A sharp. So this first one is A sharp. And then, so we want another iteration of that same kind of effect here. I'm going to shove these along, copy that over, and I want that to be lowered at that point. Producer's best friend sticky notes. Yeah, my studio is actually covered in like post-its. I would not survive without post-its. Post-its, if you want to sponsor me, I would be absolutely into that. Let's copy that over. I used to use sticky notes on the desktop, but it just got too much. Couldn't deal with that. So because this is going to be a different iteration of the same effect, I actually want to make this one slightly shorter. So we're going to have like a... I don't want to say a chilled out version of the same sample, but I guess by comparison kind of chilled out. So we're going to reduce the length of that quite a lot, and reduce the velocity, and that's going to come in slightly later as well. So now our first one is this. Very cool. And our second one is this. So we're talking really, really tiny differences, but when it comes to kind of performing, that sort of thing is quite helpful. Before we go much further, I need to check what sample rate we need and what... so Roland SPD sample rate. Devil's in the details. Yeah, it absolutely is. Okay, so let's change the project before I forget to. Preferences. No, it's not preferences. Project. So we need... Wow. Who am I trying to impress? 44.1 and 16 bits. Give it a second to work that out. Hey, nailed it. I think that's really one of the only differences between this version of the sampler, which I appreciate is quite old at this point, and the newer ones, is the different sample rate. But you know what? I'm not made of money yet. So let's export that one. So it's going to be use project folder. Use project folder. There it is. So hit 1 A sharp. We need to give it a better name than that. Moving metal 1. I'm just going to call that move M1. A sharp, yeah, because I'm conscious of the tiny screen. So let's do that. A sharp 1, that'll do. And then for this version, let's change the metalizer a little bit. Nice. Again, it's just little details really, isn't it? A sharp 2. I just realized I exported that at the wrong sample rate, because I wasn't paying attention to my own samples apparently. We want 44.1 16-bit. Let's try that again. And that of course means we need to put this effect back. Ah, poop, what did I do? It was like, that was up, that was up, that was up, that was up. Yeah, the effect's more apparent there. So export A sharp 1. Nailed it. And sorry, people always seem to reply to my messages when I'm live, which is really unhelpful. Then we are going to copy that across and post it there. So we do want a different kind of effect here. So I'm going to maybe look at changing. I'm just going to make some random changes to begin with. Bring that over and put that one there as well. Whip, whip. Nailed it. Okay, so let's try and change not the sound, but like the, what am I trying to say? This thing, whatever this is called. That's quite nice. It's got a lot of... Ooh. That's nice, but I don't want the rhythm in there. That's pretty spooky. I like that. So let's get rid of the metalizer. Or not rid of necessarily. Let's change it. It's still a little bit rhythmic, isn't it? Let's try it again. Is metalizer a specific type of mixer? No, it's a modulation effect. Kind of like flanger or phaser. It's just another one of them that is less well known as flanger or phaser. So rather than A sharp, let's go... That sort of works. It's still got that rhythm in it though, hasn't it? What if we put on there a delay to sort of try and hide that rhythm? I know that doesn't make an awful lot of sense. Yeah, that sort of feels a little better. So then this will be, what was that? A sharp. I will go D sharp. Nice. So we'll export metal move 1. I guess metal move 2 D sharp 1. Yeah, this is my own naming scheme, and I can't really remember what I'm doing. And then we want that to be D sharp again. That's quite nice. That's pretty cool. I may alter, change the speed of the delay a tiny bit, make it a little higher in the mix, just screw with the parameters ever so slightly, and the same with this, just as He Who Is Your Boy said, devil's in the detail. That's pretty cool. Then let's go D sharp 2. So A sharp, then it's D sharp. So I guess the next pitch should be A sharp, D sharp, C sharp? Yeah. Yeah, screw it, C sharp. So we're going to do the same again. We're going to copy all of these over here. Bosh. You go there. You go there. Oh, we didn't actually copy those bits. Well done. Oops. Cool. And then, what did I just say? C sharp. And nope. C sharp. And then we want to change the sample. Let's put that one on repeat. Forgot that we could just turn that off. That's pretty nice. Okay, so don't know if we need to do much else there. Cool. So let's, I will change the length of those a little bit because we can. So this will be, yeah, that shim is really pretty. 3 C sharp 1, and we need to do one more thing, which I could have done as we went along, but I didn't. And that's going to be C sharp 2. So inside of this folder, the audio 1, unleveled, because I didn't level these. I didn't check that they're actually coming out at a decent volume. So we'll shove them back in on one track. Yeah, see, they're a bit quiet. We ideally want them to come through at the actual a slightly more normalized volume, but that's fine. I'm just going to separate them out. I'll show you how I normalize. I'm going to move this up to the top so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. Let's get the render region. Cool. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So we are going to open up. We're going to go dynamics. We're going to go maximizer. But before we use the maximizer, I'm going to use vintage compressor. I'm going to put it on the funk setting. And we're going to put it quite low, like 15. Just levels it out a little bit. And then the maximizer, we're going to set it to 80%. We're going to set it to minus 1 decibel, and we're going to optimize it to about 35%. We're also going to, for the sake of this one, just put it over to the left ever so slightly. That's a bit better. So all that does is just make sure that it comes out at a slightly more even volume. So I need to go, oh, poop ass. I've got to remember what it was called. So that one was metal move 1, A sharp 1. Yes. I'll export that. Does it normalize it basically? Yes. So it's just about basically bringing it up to a... Oh, normalization is not that complicated, but it is hard to put into words. It's basically a case of making sure that everything comes out at about the same level. So it's... If you normalize something, it will just take, I believe, the highest point and put that up to 0 decibels where you want it. But a maximizer is more about listening to the entire thing and then raising up the quietest bits, and then adjusting how much you do that by. Yes. I need to get like actual statements on a cue card for when people ask me reasonable questions like that. A sharp 2, yes. And then it was D, wasn't it? So we can put that back to center. So then D. Sounds close to compression. Yeah, so it's kind of... It's very similar, but it achieves the goal in the opposite way. So a limiter and a maximizer will take your quietest bits and push them up. A compressor will take your highest bits and push it down. So the overall result is that you have a more level sound file in terms of amplitude, in terms of volume, but one pushes things up, the other pushes things down. But yeah, achieves it in just a different way. So that was A sharp. No, it wasn't. That was 2, D sharp 1. Nailed it. And once I've exported all these, I'll pull one of them in so you can see the difference. And hopefully there will be a visual difference. Otherwise, I'll look like a right idiot. That's going to be D sharp 2. Your mind is blown. Yes, that will happen. Oops. Oh, I haven't saved yet. Sample set 1. I'm in the habit of just pressing Control S like anytime I do anything, but apparently I hadn't pressed it yet today. C sharp 1. And lastly, C sharp 2. C sharp 2. Boom. So let's pull in. yeah, step 36, save the project, should be step every other step. So let's bring in... Ooh, I've done something stupid, or have I? I've got 2 tracks with the same name, which is not what I want. Oh, it's a reference of that. Okay, so what I want to do actually is make another folder. Sorry, this is just file management. So we're going to call it rendered samples, and it's in capitals so we can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Amazing. So that's going to be a different audio file to the one we want. So I'm going to make a copy of that, and then we're going to import the one called copy. So it's definitely a different file. So what can we see? So it looks like there's not a huge amount of difference. It just is generally a bit louder, which is basically what we want. And I think actually the difference between this low and this high is smaller. There's not a lot in it, to be honest, but it's a good habit to get into. So now that we've done those, let's mix it up a little bit. Let's get that sample set over to the sampler. Just make sure it works. Oh yeah, I always remember trying to get this out is a real pain. There it is. Just watch me struggle, it's fine. Right, so shove that in the card reader. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, loads of space left. So just going to drag them over and on. Look at that. Right, this is the bit where I never remember how to transfer them back. Because I'm a real professional musician, you see. I don't retain important information, like ever. So, let's put you over there. Checking card, that's what we want. Still checking card. Still checking card. Well, this could take all day. No, there we are. So, I think we need to... Exchange setup. This is something else I probably could have Googled before we started, but whatever. So can I just change can I just change that for card? I've got to go all the way through. If I was a good entertainer, I would be telling jokes or something at this point, but the fact is, I'm not very funny. So this looks like the last slot I did. Oh my god. Oh no, I did loads. There's a Ned Flanders in here.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
You know what? Don't ask. It's fine. Oh. No, don't know what that is. Interesting. Okay, I appear to have imported the same set of samples 2 or 3 times because I know what I'm doing. So let's go system. Is it system? I don't think it is system. Is it card? Nope. File import. Ah, there it is. So we want to import JK. Definitely not all. Ah, here we are. Okay, so that one to 221. Yeah, sure. Oh god, we've got to do this for every single patch, for every single sample. Maybe I should put another video on while I do that. Who do I like enough to plug? I could put one of my videos on. That'd be on brand for me. Continue, yes. So then I want to add in number 2. Now processing. Okay, so it's just going to take a few seconds for each of them. That's fine. What can I put on? Oh, you know what? Screw it. I know exactly what I can put on. Well, that's interesting. Here is something I did, crikey, 7 years ago. Enjoy. Except that it's not making any sound. Guys, we're doing really well today, I've got to say. This is all going spectacularly well. Why are you not making any sound? Is it because there's something weird with my sound mixer? You guys can just sit here and chill out while I fix all of my problems. That's a good live stream, innit? Why are you not working? Right, I've slightly lost track of what I'm doing. That's the penultimate one. And it's loading. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what a VE228 is. Are you a system sound? You are not a system sound, you're a YouTube type sound. What if we go settings? Yeah, and then last one. Well, it's good to know that doesn't work, but they did waste enough time. Crikey. You can tell you what, you can Google "would you like a lemon" on your own time. It's me rapping about lemons. It's got a really, really good riff in it, though. Right, so edit. That's not what I want. Edit to card 221. Hey, there it is. So we want A. Need to write that down again. So we got A sharp, C sharp I'm going to have in the middle, and D sharp. So it's not going to be quite the order that I did it in. A sharp, C sharp. C, D. That's pretty cool. I'm wondering if I should have them on the same mute channel. Let's write that to begin with. So mute channels are really handy if you've got like a hi-hat choke, for example. So I've got a pedal down here and I can turn that off and it changes the sound as well, but it mutes it so it sounds like a hi-hat choke. So I wonder if pad control effects, patch common. Where would it be? Patch copy, pad initialize. Pad copy, patch common. Is it effects? No. Pad control. Mute group. Okay, so don't want no mute group there. So is this just a big cluster fudge? Okay, yeah, that sounds pretty good. I think as long as I don't... Although actually that isn't too crowded, is it? So that's not too bad. What else was I gonna do? Oh, that was it, because we got two. We got like a soft version and a heavy version of each patch, of each sample. Let's try wave B. Wave switch on velocity. We'll change U to velocity, and then it's going to be. Oops, didn't mean to do that. B card. Let's get it up to the 200s and then work out specifically which one each is. No, I pressed save again, like a genius. So I don't want system, I want edit, I want B, I want card, up to 200, up to 200. So it's, that one needs to be D sharp, the second one, that one needs to be C sharp, the second one, that needs to A, yeah, the second A. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, you can actually really hear those differences, can't you? If I turn the mic off, you can actually hear them a bit better. That's pretty cool. Right. So we've only managed to make 3 for them. Let's think what other sounds we could put on there, because we've got a snare, which is a ridiculous snare, and a hi-hat, which is probably a bit too abrasive as well. What else could we have on there? Because I like the idea of maybe we just need to have a play with some of the kind of world percussion and see what we've got there. So let's have a look at. Actually, no. Before I do that, I am going to put on this output channel a maximizer, so that when things actually come out of here, they're already going to be the right kind of volume. So we're going to go to 40. Nice. So they're going to come out a little more crisp just out of the box. I don't have to then re-import them and do all of that crazy business. Oh, I need to put that away. Yeah, there we go. Yep. And so let's then go. We've used the acoustic kit, which is lovely. Let's have a look at some of the other contact stuff we have. Sorry about the world's squeakiest chair. So let's maybe see what we've got in here. Odd noises and build-ups. Tonality and effects. I don't know. What are these? Okay, well, let's close that folder and pretend that never happened. I promise to never talk about that again. Flick pad. So I'm sort of feeling a bit like I'd quite like to do a set of kind of vaporwavy type sounds, but not for this patch. This patch feels a little more, I don't know, kind of morphed metal, maybe slightly Eastern sounding, but this kind of is a little too on the nose for that. Subtle metallic murk. Yeah, if we can get rid of the delay. It thinks it doesn't have delay. That's interesting. Because then where's the delay coming from? That's really weird. Or is it here? Delay. Oh, delay on that. Okay, that makes sense. I'm going to go forward and then back to reset that. We're just going to go delay off. Nice. So, I don't know what to call that, so I'm calling it dongs. What keys did we have? A sharp, C sharp, D sharp. So we'll start with D sharp. We'll have that one quieter. Nice. So I'm not going to bother doing 2 sets for each of them because it's a bit... It's just, life is short, innit? So D sharp, C sharp, and then A sharp. I'll have a higher A sharp. And we're going to change that one to be... Both of them slightly louder. The quieter one slightly behind that one. Oops, not what I wanted. Put that one back slightly as well. Maybe the quieter one here. We'll go back. Ooh. And the other one will go up. That's quite nice. I think maybe I want to layer that with something more percussive, because we've got a nice tonal element there, but I think if we match that with something more traditionally percussive, that might be in some way fun. I've got gamelan. Nah, that's this whole thing. What do we got here? Maybe a djembe. I want something more like a tom. Oh, okay. So we've sort of got 3 or 4... We've got like a really resonant kind of tom sounding dum-dum. And then we got more 3 muted ones. So if you use the muted one, it'll kind of sort of give the impression more like a tom-tom, which is what we're trying to achieve. So if we just add those in, get rid of that velocity. So we want... the green one, C3. And we also want the next C. We want the next C. Cool. I'm trying to think what order I want them in. If we go like traditional high tom, so the left one will have the high. So I want them in the other order. Yeah. Might add that in as well. Yeah. Again, just for a bit of variety, we're going to move that across, we're going to lower that, we're going to raise that. We're just going to press all the buttons. See what it does. Oops, lost my space. Come back. Okay. Cut. That goes there. That goes there. And we'll pull those out so we can see it. So now our combined sounds are... pretty nice. I am going to check the EQ on that one. Yes, so the main sound we want is kind of from here upwards. So when we have this bunch of noise, we just don't need it. Especially because I'm going to be using this with a whole bunch of like doorless synths and like odd noise makers. I'm not going to be able to really take care of all like the muddy, bassy extra sounds, so I'm just going to wipe it out on this, so it's slightly less of a crappy mix, basically. We are also going to I think we're going to make the pitch element mostly reverb. Mostly. Yeah, it's quite nice. So when we combine them, that's quite cool. I'm going to go... What I'm going to do actually is send to this reverb. Because I feel like they should both share the same reverb, you know? So I'm going to... Oh, I need to get rid of my face. There we go. So for the dun-dun... That's not really dun-dun. Dun? Yes, probably. For the dun-dun, we're just going to send that through at maybe like -4. For the dongs, we're going to set it so it's post-fader? Pre-fader. Pre-fader, which means that we can reduce the volume here, but that's not going to impact the send. If it was the other way round, this would mean that the volume being sent to the effects end is also quite low, but the volume being sent to the effects end is at 0. I'm bad at explaining things. So we can get rid of quite a lot of that. And then in here, that's getting rid of some of that low end again. We want that reverb, and we had the Rhodes before. Let's this time have metal verb. Heck yes. What does that sound like? Very quiet, apparently, is what that sounds like. Oh, because it's on 0. That may go some way to explaining that. I guess we want that there, I'm guessing. Ooh. That's pretty cool. We don't want that to go on forever, though, so we're going to kill it there. And we also should kill that there also. I am going to copy that one to there and to there. Yeah, and then this one, whip, 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 nice. I'm actually going to bring that there, just to give us a little more space to play with when it comes to... I'm really paranoid about having automation points where clips are supposed to be played or samples are supposed to be triggered, because I just think for some reason they're not going to work. So I like to have a bit of a fade in. I'm just used to working with stuff that doesn't work, basically. That's all you really need to know about me in there. That's really dope. I think this could maybe do with a little more... I don't know. Could we try adding the... I wonder if the cloner is going to make it sound a bit artificial. Let's call it wham. I don't know. Nah. Stereoized? Nah. Let's try... Let's maybe just put a bit more reverb on it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna make that quite low and then we'll just call it there. Let's lower that a little bit. Let's call that done. Poop, what's the order? D sharp, C sharp, A sharp. Okay, so I'm going to call these Tom Dong, because it has kind of a tom sound and it's got a dong in there too. Tom Dong, patent pending. So we'll go tom dong C sharp. No, we will not. D sharp. Tom dong D sharp. And it's going for the maximizer as well, so we don't need to do anything else there. Tom dong. Oh, hang on, no. I did it wrong. So I'm supposed to do that there. Don't worry too much about that. Tom dong D sharp. Overwrite. Grid back on. Tom dong. Tom dong C sharp. And then we want tom dong. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, that's fine. We can put a bit of a, there we go. Tom dong A sharp. Tom dong A sharp. Export. Let's get the card out the thing. Hope it doesn't take as long as it did last time. That was a pain in the ass. Put you over there. I should really do these in bulk, but like that would hurt my brain, and this is more fun. So I need to find. Poop. What folder am I in? Brain. Go. Oh yeah. We need tom dong. The 3 tom dongs. We need it to go into rendered samples. We also need that to go inside of Roland SPS. SPDS, whatever. Okay, that's amazing. So we can take that. We can put that into this. So it stops flashing. And then, checking card. How many days is that going to take? Jokes is probably less than 1. So I'm going to have these so they represent the same pitch down these vertices. I don't know. So D sharp, C sharp, A sharp for the cymbals. It does go on a bit. We're going to do the same thing, D sharp, C sharp, A sharp here. So we need to... Crap, what was the first thing we did? I've already forgotten, guys. System. Pad. Control, trigger, MIDI, bulk. Bulk? No. File import. There it is. File import. So we want we can just go to the end where it says all. So A sharp, yes, we want it fine because we can. 227. Let's go, because I know we're not going to use all of these. 180. Can I execute? Why'd you ask me then? 227. Can you remember 227 for me, please? Thank you. 227. Tom dong. That's the first one. Oh, I should have done these in bulk. No, I wouldn't actually. That would have taken ages. Source tom dong. C sharp. Fine. 228. Yeah. Yes. So guess while that's doing, I can talk a little bit about the next track I want to do. I put out a track, crikey, what is it, months ago? Last year? Can't remember when I put it out. That's good, isn't it? Put out a track as the Musical Endeavour, which is well, it started out as kind of an experimental thing. I did a documentary about trying to make an EP in the space of 3 days, and that's this one weekend thing. But then I've started actually uploading. Oh, January the 8th, apparently. Okay. I've started actually uploading music, like actual music that I like and I think is good. So Broken Strings was the first of those, and I've got a bunch of other similar kind of funky tracks. I want to see if it's possible to then have a live arrangement of these tracks. So there's a string patch in this which I want to use. While that's doing, if I play this, is it going to work? No. That's amazing. I don't know what's going on with my computer, but it's really fun. So we're basically going to take a file from that which can't really perform live for various reasons, and we're going to try and turn it into a pads part. Right, so we have got wrong button. There it is. We have got, those are the ones we want to replace. So let's start with A sharp, I guess. So firstly, we don't have, we need to go with A, off, off, off for all of them and save that. That's good. So then we need to change that to card 227. Let's get up to 2.2. 2.2. That's quite cool. 227, 228. That's pretty dope. That's really fun. I'm going to turn the mic off again. Hi-hat's getting really annoying, so I'm just going to kill it. There you go. That's pretty cool. Right. Well, that's mission accomplished, isn't it, for that first one? So let's look at track number 2. So I guess we need a new project. Let's go. Yeah. File. Right, tell you what, let's actually have a look. You're just going to see all the way through my project files. So have fun. Try not to sell any of my secrets. Music projects, Musical Endeavour, released, broken strings. Is it going to work? I don't know. So I'll show you the sample and then kind of talk about why it's tricky. If it loads. But I only really need it to load. Oh yeah, so the guitar is broken. That's fine. I don't need that. So the tape loop is what we want. So what I did... let me play you what it sounds like. Really quiet. That's helpful, isn't it? Cool. So you got an idea what it sounds like. So let me show you how I made that. This is one of my favorite things to do, especially now that lo-fi hip-hop is a big deal, is to create an original loop or like a mini piece of music, like literally a few seconds long, but like feels like it's from a complete work. And then that's a lot of effects. Kill that for a sec. You create like a piece of work, and then you use that to take samples from, and you mangle it, and then you create your own work. So basically, what kind of a copyright free or a copyright infringement avoiding way of doing like hip hop and sampling and stuff. Because if I've made the original samples, it doesn't matter what I do to them. I don't have to worry about it. So I've got, here's the string section, and it's got a whole bunch of crappy distortion effects on it, like the VHS by Reactor. So I've got a 4-part string quartet, like most string quartets. It's got 4 parts: cello, viola, and 2 violins. And as you can tell, it's got a nice lot of layers, but like the thing that you heard in the intro there for the track Broken Strings, guess where I got the name from, is just that first 2 bars. That bit repeated a lot. And you hear that bit very, very occasionally. And you do get the whole section with the 2 violins come in the bridge, I think. So let's have a look there. And obviously I've got like a lot of effects on there just to age it, just to make it sound crusty. Oh, here we go. So what I'm going to do firstly is to remind myself. I'm going to take one of these samples. I'm just going to stretch it out so I can see the whole dang thing. Yeah, so I just export it as one, and then I cut it up into bits. Oh yeah, my bad. I also have to put it into a different tempo, which makes it sound even jankier in a kind of cool way. Which is why that one felt really slow and ploddy compared to that, which has got a bit more pace to it. So I think if I'm going to save this as sample ruining everything for the purpose of sampling. Thanks. I like succinct titles. So let's mute this. To be realistic, I like that kind of fuzzy bit in the intro, but that's not really helpful when it comes to performing something. So I'm also going to turn on that a little bit. What's this? Mix saver. We don't need that. And this is just so we can see it. And then the maximizer is we're going to do that because we don't want it entirely we don't want it working at capacity. We just want a bit of level from it. So yeah, I like having the fuzz on the track, but we don't want it for a live version. We might make like a separate thing for noise. We might not. I don't know. So that's our main sample. So we're just going to go broken strings. Oh, well, let's just stick it on the desktop for the moment. Yeah. BS string. I think it's chorus. I don't really have sections for the names. BS string. Oh, I don't need to call it string because it's the only sample in there. So BS chorus 1. And we need that to be 44.1 16-bit. Perfect. So we'll export that. I think I exported it stereo. Oh yeah, because it's weighted to one side slightly. What I might do is just cut that section. Yeah. Chorus 2. Perfect. And is that the same? And that's a really short verse. So we call it verse 1. I think it's the only bit of the verse, but whatever. Oh, sorry about that. Disgusting. Yeah, there's that other bit. The really short, choppy bit. So verse 2. Those are the only samples. And that's the same again. So then we have bridge. Which is just the whole sample. Except for we got like a stupid house drop thing in there. So let's export bridge 1. Yeah. And then we've got the short staggery bits. So we can use, I'm going to move this around slightly. We can use that because actually you can have it on its own mute group so it doesn't overlap. So you can just play that duh, 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 and that will mute itself. So bridge 2. Amazing. And then, oh, this is more bridge. Yeah, so then that's bridge 3. We also have like a King Tubby snare we might want to steal. Just checking that's all of it. Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's all the string layers. Where's the snare? So we've got like a rim shot snare as well. So I'm going to need that to be way louder. Why does it sound like 2 hits? That's weird. I don't necessarily mind. And then let's put the volume there. Yeah, that'll do. So then we'll go snare 1. Good stuff. Boris Johnson's gone into intensive care. No comment. Oh, and then what's the... Oh, yeah, because the volume's all the way down. Duh. We need that up to about 3/4 again. That could be a bit longer, can't it? Export snare 2. Now, as far as I know, these are the only bits that are going to need to be samples for this whole track. So we can close that. I can go back to the other folder. SPDS, sample creation, Livetream, rendered samples. I should call these by the kits. Oh, no, it's fine. I'll remember. I'll probably remember. I'm also going to go back and make a folder here. Samples for live sampler. That's a weird sentence. Right, so now we got to get the card out of this again. Oops. There it is. Okay. Put you back over there. Wait for Windows to realize that you're there. Nothing yet. Let's just copy. Oops, that's cut. Copy. We want that in there. Amazing. Oh, that one's... Oh, yeah, because that one's quite big. That's why it's bigger. Because it's bigger. That makes perfect sense. Let's open up that previous project. Steal that back. Put you back in the machine. And let's have a look. I need more mics over here, I think. So, checking card. So, we want to go up to the next... Actually, I should really rename my patches. That would make sense. So, we want to go... Pad control. No, we want to go... Patch common... Tempo patch name. Oh, moving metal, was it? I don't remember. Oh, M. Oh my god. Luther Medina, I don't know if you're watching now, but thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Good to have you here with us. If I'd have known that me pressing buttons on a sampler would get me subscribers, I would have done it 4 years ago, but hey, whatever. Good to have you here. Mov. Mov meh. Nearly there. Do we have enough characters? Yes. Mov metal. Amazing. I'm going to look at that and think, oh, is this some kind of death metal track? No, I would be wrong. So moving metal. So now it's broken strings. I know we want the next one to be. Okay. So pants. How is this? What's going to be the best thing? Because we've got the string samples. We've got like 2 samples for each section, don't we? So maybe. Oh, we've got to import them first, haven't we? File import, enter. So oh, they've all got different names for some reason. Yes, 230. Can someone remember 230 for me, please? It looks like there's a few there, which is annoying. Continue, yes. Next one. Continue, yes. Continue, yes. Snare 2. Yes. Continue, yes. Verse, fine. Yes. This is riveting stuff, lads. It really is. Continue, yes. Verse. Oh, okay, so we've only got verse 1. We've got chorus 2, verse 1 and both snares. Why is that? Now I've got to go through all of them. Click, 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 click. No, that is all of them. So, okay. Well, let's do what we can. So, what's going to be the best way to do it? I guess if we have. Verse, maybe? I'm going to verse at the top, I think. I don't know why. So A onto the card. 230, I think it was. So that's chorus. Oh yeah, so we want that one to be 230. Not 230 on the card, you idiot. 230. Okay, we'll have to deal with that. So then we want pad control effects. We don't want any effects, do we? Not really. Okay, good. That was annoying. I want to look at the... We just want it central. Let's have them all central. I don't really want any velocity on there, so that's fine. How do I change that? Pad control, dynamics off. Perfect. So then I definitely want them all in the same mute group. So patch common. Oh, I should have got the tempo of the track, shouldn't I? That was stupid. Because I think it needs it for some sort of delay effects and stuff, but it's just useful to have in there. Pan, center, what about system, pad, control switch, nope. Trigger input, nope, none of them. Patch common, oh yeah, tempo. Oh, 133. Nice. Where the hell is mute groups? Patch common, pad copy, pad exchange. System. Input mix, foot switch polarity. Pad. Mask time. Control switch, no. System pad, no. System control, no. Trigger, no. MIDI, no. Bulk, initialize, delete, no. So it must be under pad control. Mute group. I think I want them all in there, really, don't I? Okay, not ideal. So I guess we can import the other bits that we do have. Let's go snare. So I guess usually have that middle bottom one as the snare, the main snare. So then that one can be the rim shot. Enter card 260, I think. 230, I think it was actually. Yeah, okay. So ideally that's not actually going to be a snare by itself, it's going to be the ambience for another snare, so that doesn't matter too much if it's a bit janky. And then that's going to be the rim shot snare. 230. Nice. Cool. So then the other bit we have is to say kind of cool. Okay, that's cool. So now we just got to work out why the other stuff didn't transfer across, which is a real pain. Card ejected. I know, mate. I did that. I was the one that did that. Squeaky chair. Stick that in there. Where are we? So it was BS. Bridge 2, bridge 3, chorus 1, chorus 2. Yeah, they're all there. Okay. Mystery. Shove you back in there. Off you pop. Let it load. Hey, DJ Union Jack has also subscribed. DJ Union Jack, if you're watching, nice to meet you. I'm doing alright for subscribers today, innit? Checking card, still checking card. So now we want to see if it's all gone wrong, which it apparently has. So we want to shift file import, checking card. Let's go all the way to the end. Yeah, and they're not there. So I reckon we're going to have to delete some stuff, which is a bit unfortunate. Meh. I'm sure we'll survive. So let's have a look. Roland SPD. Right, what have we got? Jungle drums. Oh yeah. Why are you not playing? Oh, this again. Right, hang about. Settings. Okay, I guess we're just gonna drop you on here and then see if you're any good. Why do I have jungle drums? Ooh, no. I mean, that's definitely by me, but I don't think we need them, so I'm going to put that in the bin. There's loads of random stuff. Oh yeah, I tried to rip off Kashmir by Led Zeppelin, so I can put those in the bin. I tried to combine Kashmir with rappers warbling when they want to look pretty. Set 1 B5 hits. Invalid medium. Mystery. Gangdagun.
Open Gangnam Style.
Okay, so realistically, I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm going to keep the It Feels Like I'm Wearing Nothing at All by Flanders in there, obviously. And I feel like, what's K4? I mean, that's kind of fun, but I'm probably never realistically going to use those. So put those all in the bin. Right, so what's djembe? That makes perfect sense. F minor ambience. Okay, fine. But I was clearly never going to do anything with them. So let's try. Now that we've tidied a bit of space on there, that's the only thing I can imagine that was freaking it out. Let's shove you back in there so you can stop blinking at me. And then let's take a look. Checking card. Still checking card. Checking card. Right now it says it's checking card, and Oh, now it says it's checking card. Oh, there it is. So, file import, checking card. That's good. Go all the way to the end. Bridge 3, bridge 2. Oh, okay, we've got more now. So, do we have chorus 1? We have chorus 1. Grade fine. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm sure I'll remember that. So chorus 1 was quite important. Chorus 1. Bridge 3 we definitely didn't have before. And that's like the short, I think that's the really, really short one. Bridge 3, bridge 2, I don't think we had. Bring that across. Didn't even look like the card was full. I think it just could only read a certain number of them. Bridge 2, verse. Ooh, I know we only had one of the verses. Can't remember, so I'm gonna bring in verse 2 and see what happens. Dun dun dun. Okay, so let's have a look. So that's verse 1. So verse 2, C, verse 2. Amazing. Okay, so then I like it's got a little bit of that kind of it feels like it should be vinyl sort of vinyl crackle because of what it is, but we know it's not. We know it's VHS crackle. Different kind of crackle, isn't it? So what else we got? We had verse, chorus 1, that was it. Excuse me, my stomach's going. Chorus. Amazing. What else did we have? So I think the first bridge bit's going to have to go there. Oh, that's complicated, isn't it? Unless we put the rim shot here. Yeah, we'll do that. So that's 2, 3, 2. 2, 3, 2. Cool, and then we'll make sure that's not off to the right. Level, center, please. Okay. So then, bridge, I think. So that one, enter card 230. So bridge. Oh, we didn't bring in bridge. That's good. So we'll just have verse for the moment. So then bridge 2 can go there. Bridge 2. And then bridge 3. Okay. So we're still missing that one. So that's bridge 1, I think. Oh, crikey, 10 o'clock. Right, I'll probably have to wrap up soon. So we need to go card imports all the way to the end. We need bridge 1. There he is. Found him. Had him all along. Enter. Okay, and that's the longest one as well, so that's probably going to be a few seconds. Ooh, I'm amazed actually it went as smoothly as it did. Even though I work in music tech, I still seem to have a lot of bad luck. So we want that to be bridge 1. Amazing. Right, let's save that. Good stuff. Right, ladies and gents, this has been a real fun treat for me. A little bit different to... Oh, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. God damn it. There we go. Good stuff. This has been a really fun treat because I don't always do especially practical things on the live stream. It's more like trying to teach a very specific thing or trying to have a go at writing something just because I'm streaming, but I'm trying to sort of see if there's ways that I can do stuff on stream that I actually need to do day to day, and transferring these samples over and making new sets of samples has been something that's been on my mind for like an entire year or so. So it's nice that we can actually do that as a group and I can answer questions about stuff, which is nice. So thanks for watching. Most of you, it looks like, are watching on YouTube, but there's a few of you on Twitch as well, and Mixer and Periscope. Oh, there appears to be an error on Twitch, which could quite possibly explain why it all went wrong. Let's have another look. Oh, no, it is there. All right, Twitch, you do you, whatever. So, whatever platform you're watching on, if you would subscribe or follow, that would be greatly appreciated. I do these live streams Monday and Wednesday evenings, basically every week. If for whatever reason I don't, I'll usually let you know on Twitter. In fact, if I change the date or do an extra stream for whatever reason, I let you know on Twitter. So at LTGuitarist on Twitter. Yeah, that's pretty much the best place other than where you're watching now. So I will see you Wednesday night, probably. Take it easy.